What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. I have been on Black social media as a content creator for almost a decade. And what happened about 10 years ago is the same thing that's happening now, which is Black men ain't ish. It's something that a lot of the brothers are used to. We've been relegated to being all pookies and ray-rays. We don't care about the women in the community. We don't do this, we don't do that. And it's not hate speech when Black women, and this is not everyone, but when they participate, the ones that do, it's not looked at as something that's catastrophic or offensive. It's normality, okay? And let me give you an example of what this speech sounds like.
Dealing with Black men, especially nowadays, is like shopping at Ambets. It's like getting something from the thrift store. You might find something decent, but you definitely got to take it home and wash it and clean it up before you wear it. And it might not even look the same after you do that. That's just how it is out here for us Black women dating Black men. They look at you as an opportunity. If a man sit up there and tell you that he is the prize, or if he acts like he is the prize, he is a gigolo. He sells. You know what I mean? And there are women out here that'll buy it. There are women out here that take care of men. I have never been that type of woman, nor will I ever be. I would rather be alone by myself than have to pay for a man's time and attention. I don't want no Andrew Cunanan ass man. But a lot of these men will watch women, especially on social media, just to see how they live and how they move, what they dress like. And they'll go after that specific woman because they look at her as a come up. You can't come up off of me. That just is not going to happen.
Many Black men, we've heard that so much, we don't even bat an eye. So the narrative is that there are not even any good Black men out there. When a Black woman does get a good Black man, we've seen that with Megan Good and Devon Franklin. He is the quote good Black man. Corey Hardrick is the quote good Black man. You know, there's also stereotypes of Black men being abusive, being cheaters. Neither one of these guys fit that bill, yet their marriages ended. And then what you got to talk about is the disrespect that some of the women use towards these men publicly going through the divorce. This was not the case with Megan Good, although her fans were very disrespectful towards Devon Franklin. But it did happen with Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry took all sorts of shots at Corey Hardrick. This was a Black man that was telling the whole world, I love my wife, I love my family. He didn't want the divorce. She was telling people on her Twitter, on her community tab, that he didn't serve her purpose anymore. When people were making negative comments about him, she would like them. And he didn't say anything. He was that good Black man through and through. Even though everybody was talking about you, he kept on going without saying a mumbling word. Now, because he was not negative towards her, it created a rift. A lot of followers started attacking her for being miserable in the dating market. So it went from her talking about how she graduated from marriage to saying things like this.
Go ahead.
How hard is it in the dating world now?
Oh my God.
What is it like out there for a single woman?
Do we have a shot of tequila? No. No,
I haven't been single for 5 years, so I don't know what this world is like out there. But I know, but from what I see and from what I hear, it is tough.
It is very tough. I will say I've only been in the dating world for, I want to say 3 months now, and it is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I want to throw the towel in. I'm like, what is wrong with you know? And I will say this.
Okay.
Someone had told me, and I wanted to be like, no, I disagree with you, and I don't want to believe it. They were like, you just, because my last relationship when dating was, when I was, dating this person, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was wonderful. There was courting that was, involved. And I was saying how I feel like that's no longer, present, meaning like people just don't court each other anymore. And this person was like, well, that's old news. Like people just don't do that anymore. There's just this whole new way of doing things. And I'm like, you mentioned tradition, and I think that's where it kind of needs to go back to, where, a man is courting a woman and showing her, you know, how much he appreciates her and wants her and loves her or wants to be with her. And I feel like what's happening now, and again, I've only been in the world for a few months, is they have this mentality right off the bat that there is someone else. Do you know what I mean? Like there could be someone else.
Is it that they're the prize?
Yes. Yes.
We talking deep here.
Yes.
We about to get into it.
Oh my God, that the man is the prize.
The man is the prize.
Yes. I'm talking loud. Yes. That is so true.
So people started attacking her. Not like maliciously, but I'm just saying like, hey, you had a good man, you messed it up, now you can't get anybody, all right? So what do we have now? There is an article on Essence called, look at this, listen to this. Stop criticizing Tia Mowry and women like her for leaving good men. Oh my God. Let me just read 2 of the paragraphs. It's an interesting article if you guys want to read it. The writer of the article says, I want to challenge the first point by saying cheating and beating aren't the sole grounds for leaving a marriage. And by the way, people will still tell you to stay even when these things occur, or even worse, blame you for the cheating and abuse. I don't understand why she's writing that, because obviously we believe that didn't happen, right? A woman leaving a marriage to pursue her happiness might be selfish by the patriarchy standards, but it's also brave. We know she's a feminist. Women have been introduced to be selfless and self-sacrificing, and it mostly serves the people who benefit from our oppression. Us learning to be a little bit more selfish means we learn to have a stronger sense, better boundaries, and can pour from a full cup. Basically what I'm saying is that selfish isn't the worst thing a woman can be, and our identity doesn't need to be wrapped in being selfless. Men, I'm 43 years old. Can you tell me, where has there been a time in which you knew women to be selfless? Maybe it happened before 1981. I have yet to experience that. I understand that men are very selfless, but I don't understand where this point is coming from. Maybe you can help me. Let's look at the second point. To address the second point, we need to unlearn the idea that when we leave a good man, we won't be able to find another. Not every relationship is meant to last forever, and the love shared is still valid even when it doesn't. It is possible to have multiple loves in your lifetime, and it's time to hang up this idea the only way to do true love is to meet one person and when you're young and spend the rest of your days with them. I'm only going to deal with those 2 parts of her argument because, as you've heard in the clip, Tia Mowry is disgruntled with the dating market, okay? She's disgruntled that she can't find people because, you know, the men think that they're the prize when I want to be catered to, but you're selfish. See, here's the thing about being selfish. You want somebody else that is selfless while you are being selfish. And that's what Tia Mowry desires. And I think that many women that have this position as the author of this particular article, you believe that somebody wants to put up with you being, for whatever range or value of selfishness that you want to attribute to that person. I don't know how much you want to measure that by volume. The reality is Tia Mowry is the one person that has talked about this publicly, so she's been criticized. If she would not talk about this, we wouldn't know. But the reality is that nobody wants to put up with her that she wants to deal with. That's why she's being criticized. You graduated from marriage. You want to get out there in the dating market. You can't get out there in the dating market because you don't decide the market. And this is what people like the author of this doesn't understand. For men that want a woman who are doing well, and to be honest, Tia Mowry is very pretty. She's in her mid-40s. She doesn't want a guy that has less than her. I think that was the issue with Corey Hardrick to a certain degree. But no man will put up with somebody like her. A woman who is selfish, a woman who has publicly dragged her husband in such a despicable way. It was unladylike to many guys, okay? Then you're out there trashing the dating market. What this article doesn't want to deal with is the problem is Tia Mowry. Where is the accountability for the fact that Tia Mowry isn't good at relationships? That nobody wants to put up with that. And so don't drag her for failing when she's the one that put this out to the world. Let me just tell you this. Do you guys remember the Seahawks quarterback, Matt Hasselbeck? Pretty decent quarterback, played for the Seahawks. And it was interesting because the Seahawks and the Packers had one thing in common, which was Mike Holmgren. Okay, Mike Holmgren was the former 49ers offensive coordinator, went and won a Super Bowl with the Packers, had now went to Seattle and was now the coach. So what's some tension in that game? Okay, because of the two teams' history tied to Mike Holmgren. Matt Hasselbeck in this particular game, the game went into overtime. Matt Hasselbeck won the coin toss. He says, we want the ball and we're going to score. On the 6th play, throws an interception. Cornerback Al Harris takes the ball, returns at 52 yards to give the Packers a 33-27 victory. Okay? People roasted him like crazy. Want to know why they roasted him? Because he said he was going to do something and he didn't do it. When Tia Mowry said she graduated from marriage, the marriage wasn't serving her. You never heard what Corey Hardrick said about that. She put it all to herself. She put it on herself. And she made it public. So the criticism that she's getting is based on the fact that she failed. And now you don't want to be accountable for that for her. That's some of the things that I feel like feminism in certain aspects has gotten too extreme, and there's no accountability for what's going on with women. And you look at this and you're like, okay, this is one of the reasons why men want to completely stay away from people like her. It makes sense. Like, I cannot even have a debate with the person that wrote this article. Not out of disrespect for the young lady, whoever it may be. It just is a waste of time. And I think that many men have gotten to that point. Like, what are you talking about? Did you not know what she said to her husband? Did you not know she put this out there? Like, this is obvious as to why people are making fun of her. And then you have this lady coming out here talking about things that don't make any sense in this article. This is why a lot of men have given up completely with having conversations with women that could really end up being healthy. And guys have just said, you know what? It doesn't even make any sense. So guys, what do you think is your boy Shady Jackson? Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Bridget Fire, you Bell. We're out.